Before you listen to tonight's episode, you need to know that there are previous episodes that came out before this one. If you haven't watched them or forgot the events, I strongly recommend you go back and rewatch them so tonight's episode makes sense to you. The links to the previous episodes are in the description or in the card that will pop up at the top of the video right now. Stay here, okay? I'm gonna go check everything out. Imagine this, guys. After many attempts, I finally convinced my brother to wait for me. I went live and headed straight to that house. I was looking around the neighborhood, and finally, I didn't see anyone on the street. I left the spot my brother Nasser described to me, and after a bit, I found myself inside the house. I started taking small steps, and guess what, guys? As soon as I entered the house, my brother's words were true. The house looked brand new, as if someone had polished it just minutes ago. Even the smell inside was pleasant. The rooms were open and lit, with furniture scattered everywhere, except for the room with the brown door. I approached it, and I'm not lying, I was feeling a terror you can't imagine. I felt like something was waiting for me the moment I opened that door. But after some hesitation, I finally reached out and opened it. As soon as I opened the door and looked inside the room, I felt pure horror. Guys, I swear, it felt like the blood froze in my veins because the sight I saw was the last thing I could have ever imagined. I seek refuge in Allah from the cursed Satan. On the YouTube channel, The Last Story, when I opened the brown door to the room my brother Nasser told me about, I was terrified. I felt like the blood truly dried up in my veins. Guys, when I opened the door, I was shocked to find that the room inside was my room. My room in the capital, the room I live in, the room I stay in, while studying at the university. How did it end up here? I seek refuge in Allah from the cursed Satan. I decided to leave the house immediately after seeing that terrifying sight. I don't blame my brother Nasser for saying he saw his room too. Imagine my brother said he opened the door and saw his room from our house. How could his room end up in this abandoned house? May Allah curse you, Muhammad bin Salem, that old man. He's dead, but it seems he left a disaster in our neighborhood. Now, guys, I came to verify my brother's words, opened the door, and was shocked to find that the room inside was my room in the capital, miles away. My room is far, so far away. Is it possible? Am I dreaming? After a long hesitation, I decided to enter the room. I took my first step, and when I entered, I was shocked. It was the exact same smells, the smells I use in my room. Yes, I swear, the same smell as my room. This is my bed, my wardrobe, and these are my clothes that I changed out of before coming from the capital to my family's house. Yes, exactly. I was wandering around the room like a madman, and suddenly I noticed something strange. There was a door, but this door was in a different place. The door in my room that leads to the living room was somewhere else. I got closer, and as I was about to open it, I was shocked to find it was the same door I entered through. It locked shut immediately. I seek refuge in Allah from the cursed Satan. But guys, I was determined to figure out one thing. Was I really in my room, in my apartment in the capital, or not? I headed toward the strange entrance I saw in the room, and when I opened the door, I was shocked. It led to the living room in my apartment. Yes, this is my apartment, the exact same details. I seek refuge in Allah. How? How, guys? How did I travel hundreds of kilometers and end up in my apartment in the capital? I was in the old, abandoned house, the house of that old man, Muhammad bin Salem, who died years ago. May Allah curse him. I heard many stories about him. Even in his final days, he was reclusive. When he died, they found him decomposed in his house. His death and departure were a mystery. But what's with this house? Could this man have been a sorcerer? I seek refuge in Allah from the cursed Satan. But guys, I was determined to figure out one thing. Was I really in my room, in my apartment in the capital, or not? I headed toward the strange entrance I saw in the room, and when I opened the door, I was shocked. It led to the living room in my apartment. Yes, this is my apartment, the exact same details. I seek refuge in Allah. How? How, guys? How did I travel hundreds of kilometers and end up in my apartment in the capital? I was in the old, abandoned house, the house of that old man, Muhammad bin Salem, who died years ago. May Allah curse him. I heard many stories about him. Even in his final days, he was reclusive. When he died, they found him decomposed in his house. His death and departure were a mystery. But what's with this house? Could this man have been a sorcerer? I seek refuge in Allah from the cursed Satan. Imagine, guys, as I started walking around the apartment, I don't know what this strange feeling was that came over me. It was my apartment, exactly my apartment. I went to the kitchen, the bathroom, and back again. Then I was shocked to hear knocking. Someone was knocking on the main door of the apartment. Could someone really be knocking on my apartment door? How? I'm going crazy. Let me open it. When I opened the door, I was shocked to see this beautiful girl walk in. As soon as I saw her face, I said, "Mana?" "Yes, Mana. Why are you shocked? What's your story?" She said, "What's your story, Salman? You're not yourself today." "Mana, what brought you here? How did you get in?" "I knocked. You opened, and I came in. What's your deal? You're making me suspicious." "No, listen, I have a long story." "Salman, didn't you tell me you were going to your family?" Yes, I was in my family's city." "What happened? Why did you change your mind or the plan we made? Are you scared?" "Plan? What plan? And why are you here? If your father finds out, I swear he'll make a scene in the neighborhood. Isn't it enough that he refuses to let me marry you? Are you joking or what?" "I'm serious. How am I supposed to get you out of the apartment now? I'm scared someone in the building will see you. Your father threatened me last time, saying if I ever bring up marrying you again, he'll report me to the police." "Stop messing around, Salman. We're done with all that. Our marriage is set, and it might happen in a few days." "What? How?" "Your father agreed." "Listen, I don't like jokes. I snuck out of the house, and my mom doesn't know. My father will be buried tomorrow. My mom talked to my uncles, and they're coming maybe in a few minutes. After the funeral, I can convince my mom to let you propose, and we'll get married. But believe me, I won't forget what you did. The plan was harsh, but what could I do? My father refused to let me marry you. Even that guy, your friend, I need to thank him. You should give him a gift." "My friend? What friend? What gift? What are you talking about, Mana?" "I told you, you're not yourself. It's like fear turned you into a different person. Did you forget we made a plan to get rid of my father?" "A plan? What plan? Are you serious? You're talking about yesterday when we agreed, and you said someone would help us and brought us the pills." "Yes, the pills. Good news. The guy came to the apartment when my parents were asleep. My father, as usual, asked me to bring him a glass of milk at night. Your friend was there, and he put the pills in it, the Zonk pills he brought. Those pills are dangerous. I don't know how he got them. We gave them to my father, and within an hour, he was gone. Everyone thinks he choked in his sleep because, you know, my father had breathing problems." "Mana, what are you talking about? Are you joking? You're serious?" "I swear I'm not joking. You're the one acting weird. You forgot we made this plan together with your friend who brought the pills." "What friend? I've never brought anyone to my apartment." "Mana, are you serious? Your father's dead. Or are you dreaming?" "I swear my father's dead." "Listen, I hear voices. It sounds like my uncles and relatives are here. We're burying my father tomorrow. Stay close. Don't go far. Bye." And imagine, guys, the girl opened the door, left, and went to their apartment. About 2 minutes later, I was shocked to hear women and men screaming. They had arrived at the building, all heading to our neighbor's house, Mana's father. Guys, let me tell you, this girl seems crazy. Yes, I'm in the capital, in this apartment, and these are my neighbors. I've known them for years, an old man, his wife, and their daughter Mana, who studies at the university. One day, I ran into her on the stairs by chance, and since then, I fell in love with her, and she got attached to me too. We started texting, keeping it respectful. I told her I don't like beating around the bush, so I went to her father and proposed directly. But her father turned into a raging bull. He refused, saying, "Even if you were the last man on earth, I wouldn't let you marry my daughter." I asked him why. What did I do? He called me a lowlife because he once checked her phone and found her messages. He thought I was a player, even though I told him I wanted to marry her properly, bring my mom and brother, and do everything right. But he threatened me multiple times, saying if he caught me contacting her again, he'd report me to the police. So, I decided, even though I love her, I couldn't do anything wrong. I focused on my studies, thinking maybe my fate is with someone else. But imagine, guys, I was hearing the screams, men crying, women and kids. I opened the door and was shocked to see a man standing there. I said, "Excuse me, brother, what's the story? What's happening at our neighbors?" He said, "What? You don't know what's going on with your neighbors? Don't you talk to them?" "No, I was traveling and just got back." "What's the story?" "Your neighbor, Mana's father, passed away today at dawn. They say he was sleeping and choked. But between you and me, he's my cousin, and I'm suspicious. I don't trust his daughter or his wife. I'm calling the police to investigate. His death doesn't seem natural." "Oh no, May Allah have mercy on him. Abu Mana. I closed the apartment door, and I'm not lying. I started shaking from fear and terror. What's happening? Is it possible Mana was telling the truth? Did I actually agree with her and bring one of my friends to help get rid of her father? Impossible. I'd never harm anyone. No, it seems like this girl is trying to frame me. Maybe she did something to her father and wants to drag me into it. The best thing is to stay in the apartment and lock the door. Yes, that's the best thing. I went back inside, returned to the bedroom, and remembered I only got to this apartment after entering that abandoned house in our neighborhood, the house of Muhammad bin Salem. May Allah not forgive him. How do I get back to our neighborhood? Guys, I entered an abandoned house to verify my brother's words. What got me into this mess? And now one of the relatives says they've called the police. What if the police come and that crazy Mana says I was involved? They might believe her, even though I wasn't even there. I was at my family's in another city. Yes, the best thing is to call my brother Nasser. I grabbed my phone and called him. As soon as he answered, he said, "Hey Salman, what's up?" "Nasser, listen, where are you?" "Where am I?" "I'm at our house." "What's wrong with you?" "Listen, I don't know what's happening to me. Am I crazy or sane? I'm in the apartment now, but let me ask you, did I come to you guys? You came to us, and we went to our house together. Did you forget the story I told you about Muhammad bin Salem's house?" Yes, Muhammad bin Salem. You said you entered and found yourself in our house, right?" "Exactly. I told you, and you didn't believe me. I said I entered and found myself in a room exactly like my room at our house, but then it turned into a muddy place. Long story, but you didn't believe me and decided to try it yourself. You refused to let me come with you." "Yes, you refused to come with me, right?" "Exactly. What happened? Did you open the room?" "I opened it, brother. And guess what I found when I opened the door? My room. My bedroom from my apartment in the capital. I entered, wandered around, the brown door locked, and then I found myself in the apartment. But the real disaster isn't that. There's another story. Our neighbor is dead." "Your neighbor's dead? What happened?" "I don't know, but everything's upside down. I feel like I'm dreaming." "Nasser, how did I end up in the capital? How did you see yourself like you were in our house? What's the deal with this house?" "I don't know, brother. I don't know what's happening to me. But damn you, this is all your fault. Listen, someone's knocking on the apartment door. Let me check who it is, and I'll call you back." Bye. I went to the door, and it was indeed knocking. When I opened it, I was shocked. It was Mana, the neighbor's daughter. She came back in and started saying, "What's wrong with you? Are you okay or not?" "Mana, please, I have a crazy, unbelievable story. If I told you from now till morning, you wouldn't believe me. Are you playing me or what? I swear, my father's dead, and we're free of him. We can get married. But listen, I came here because I need to change my clothes." "Change your clothes? Why didn't you change at your place? Our place is full of people, women, men, everyone. I need to wear something to make it look like I'm grieving. I want my father's family to think my mom and I are actually sad about him." One of my father's relatives, his cousin, was just saying he suspects my father didn't die naturally. "You mean the guy with the square head, right?" "Yes, that's him, his cousin. I've hated him forever. He's a lowlife. He used to work in the police, retired now. And he's saying he'll call the police to investigate. I'm scared if they test and find out we gave him the Zonk pills." "Zonk? What's that?" "Pills that cause choking. Your relative or friend brought them." "My relative or friend?" "Mana, I've been studying at the university and coming back to this apartment my whole life. I don't have anyone, and I entered an abandoned house back at my family's. I don't know what brought me here." "Stop it, Salman. Let me change." And suddenly, guys, this shy girl who I never saw anything from, imagine, in the blink of an eye, she took off all her clothes. She was completely naked. I swear, I turned my face and started screaming like a madman. But she was laughing as if she was enjoying it. After a couple of minutes, she said, "Okay, look, what do you think of this black outfit? Is it good or not?" I turned, and she was wearing black, mournful, creepy clothes. I said, "Yes, it's fine, it's appropriate. But listen, I have nothing to do with this, okay? I'm not involved in anything." "Not involved in what?" "If the police come, stay close to support me. This was your plan from the start." "What plan?" "I came here, didn't see you or your father, grabbed my bag, and went to my family. But I entered an abandoned house in our city and suddenly found myself here. Understand, Mana, I'm not involved. You must be reading too many stories or watching too many movies. Maybe the Last Story channel is getting to you. Stop following their stories or you'll go crazy. Forget the last story. Listen, Mana, I'm parched. I love you. I swear, but your father's death, the police, and my brother going crazy, all because of Mohammed bin Salim's house. Mohammed bin Salim? How do you know that name? He's my father's cousin, the one outside saying he'll call the police. What? His name is Mohammed bin Salim? The Mohammed bin Salim I'm talking about is a man from my family's city who died and left an old, abandoned house full of mysteries. That house has a secret. Your Mohammed bin Salim, who's also a relative, has an abandoned house too. They say it's haunted. I seek refuge in Allah from the cursed Satan. Forget Mohammed bin Salim for now. What are you going to do about your father's mess? Yes, my father's dead, very dead, and he'll be buried soon. Pray the police don't come or investigate, because I'm starting to worry. They say honoring the dead is burying them. I want them to bury my father. If they test, it'll be a disaster. Okay, go to them now, so they don't think you disappeared. But like I said, stay close. If the police come and I don't find you by my side, I swear I'll say you did everything. You love me, Salman, and I love you. I want to marry you, so I sacrificed my father. You sacrificed your father to marry me? Damn you. Whatever, I'm going. Bye. She left, and we closed the door. But guys, I went back, and I'm not lying. I started hearing a strange noise coming from the bedroom. As I stepped back, I noticed the door I came through from the abandoned house. I started seeing it in front of me, and it was like someone was trying to open it. Yes, I swear, someone was trying to open it. I got closer, helped, and the door opened. When I saw who came through, I was shocked. It was my brother, Nasser. I hugged him, kissed him, and couldn't believe it. I said, finally, Nasser, how did you think of this? He said, after you called, you freaked me out. I couldn't handle it. So I came straight to the abandoned house. I said I'd open that door, even if I had to break it. I kept trying, and thank God it opened. This is your room, right? Yes, this is my room, my whole apartment. But forget it. Let's go back to our house. There's a crazy girl here named Mana who got rid of her father. Mana? Who's Mana? She's got a long story, brother. She's a girl who loved me, and I loved her. Oh, you romantic. What's she doing in your apartment? She killed her father. She says one of my relatives or acquaintances was here when I was gone, and we made a plan with a third person who brought pills, damn him, called Zonk. She gave him to her father, and he choked and died. All this so we could get married. She got rid of her father to marry you. She clearly loves you a lot. Shut up, brother. Let's get out of here before she comes back. And indeed, guys, we locked the brown door and ran out of the abandoned house like lunatics. As soon as we got to our house, I couldn't believe we made it. We locked the door. About an hour later, I noticed my brother wandering around the house. He came up to me and said, "What's wrong? You scared? You believe my experience was real now?" Yes, I swear I believe you. I thought you were crazy or possessed, but after what happened to me, I transferred to the capital in the blink of an eye, found Mana, and her father was dead. I seek refuge in Allah. This is like an action movie. Listen, I'm worried about something else. You know Mana got rid of her father. What's that got to do with you? She says I'm involved, but you know I was here with you. What proves it is Sheikh Ibrahim and Dr. Abdulaziz, the psychiatrist you took me to. I was with you all day, so I wasn't there. Exactly, you're right. Thank God. That reassures me. But aren't you going to sleep? Sleep after what I saw? I'm exhausted. Let's get Mom and come back. No. Let Mom stay at our uncle's. Let her rest. Between you and me, I'm thinking, what if we use Mohammed bin Salim's house? Use it for what? I mean, that house has something like magic. It's a time portal. The brown door is a time portal. What if we experiment, go back a year or two, learn about land prices, stocks, matches, people, and come back here? We could start an account, say we're predicting the future, and people would be shocked. We can make money and get ads. What do you think? Damn you and your ideas. I'm never stepping foot in that house again. I am exhausted. I'm going to sleep. Bye. I left my brother in the living room watching TV. I tried to sleep, tried to close my eyes, but I couldn't. I felt a headache you can't imagine. Could this headache be from traveling through time? Maybe my brother's right. Maybe that room transported me from one place to another in seconds. And that's why I have this headache. I tried to sleep multiple times, but couldn't. I went to the living room and found my brother watching a movie, laughing his head off. I said, "Brother, aren't you going to sleep?" "No, I'm not sleepy. Go rest." "Listen, Nasser, I have a headache. Do you have any painkillers?" "Yes, go to my room on the left. The box where I keep the meds, you'll find some there. Take 2, and it'll stop the pain." "Thanks, brother." I went to Nasser's room, and when I entered, I found a box he told me about. I opened it and started looking through the meds for something for the headache. As I was searching, I was shocked by a terrifying sight that froze me in place. Imagine, guys, among the meds, there was a strange medication I'd never seen in our house before. I picked it up, looked at it, and was shocked. It said Zonk pills. Yes, guys, the Zonk pills Mana talked about. I seek refuge in Allah. These are the pills she said caused her father's death. How did they end up in our house? Why is my brother keeping them here? I started looking around, terrified. Could it be? Yes, I swear. Now I understand everything. The guy Mana was talking about, the one she called my relative or friend, the brave guy who brought the pills, it's my brother, Nasser. He's the one who brought the pills and helped Mana get rid of her father. What's happening? I can't believe it. What's going on?